What's going on, good people? It's Mr. Meyer with the Fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. My sole intention is to reconcile all paradox with love and truth. I love you. Today we have our full moon in Scorpio, as you can see it right behind me. This is some powerful, intense energy, and I wanted to make this video to really explain this energy a little bit deeper for everybody. And the moon just came above the horizon. It's about 10 p.m. where I'm filming this. So I'm taking the chart and I'm rewinding it back just a little bit to put Scorpio in the first house. So we've got our Scorpio moon on the rising, sun in Taurus. You guys know how that works. So if you want to pause and look at the chart, feel free. I'm going to show this through every sign intermittently. This is a really important video, really important astrology going on. If you want to get a more detailed breakdown for the rest of the planets, I would encourage you guys to watch Mars Day with Mark, which is my weekly podcast talking about the planets. But this video specifically is going to be more for the full moon. We get a full moon every month, guys, so this isn't a surprise. This isn't new. But this full moon is a little bit intense, man, because it's the moon in the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about the depth and the occult, what's underneath, hidden, or unseen. So this full moon, like every full moon, asks us to release. But what specifically should we be releasing? The dark, the deep, the unseen, and the hidden. See, I just told you, I'm gonna remind you. Scorpio is a lot of things, man. And the most important thing you need to know about this full moon is this full moon is square Pluto. And I'm gonna show you again and point to it. You've got the moon in Scorpio, Pluto in Aquarius. There's a 90-degree angle between the sun, the moon, and then, well, 180 between the sun and moon. You got 90 between Pluto and the sun and Pluto and the moon. Red square, big ass 90-degree block. And that just means big changes need to occur. Big changes are here. If you look at the full moon in the sky and you watch it over the next couple of days, it'll shrink and it'll wane and it'll release light, and we'll bring ourselves back to the new moon, and then we'll restart the waxing process. And that's how this works every time in perpetuity. So we talk about the full moon to align with the times, divine rhythm, leverage, getting more done while doing less, enjoying your life more, living in alignment. So the full moon in Scorpio is about opening the heart or transforming the soul. The home is a heavy topic when it comes to the Scorpio moon. The family you live in, your connection with your mom, your dad, biologically, physically, but also on a metaphysical level, the inner father and the inner mother within. And how do you feel? How do you relate to those? This Scorpio moon is asking for us to change, for us to evolve. Pluto in Aquarius illuminates the path of evolution here. And this says the change is for the world, the change is for the better. Don't forget that you are the world. The change is for the betterment of your consciousness. Your individual, personal evolution is what matters right now. Because without giving to yourself, without growing, you have no way to serve, nothing to sacrifice, nothing to share. And I'm trying to tell you guys, the world is bigger than just the sacrifices you make, but ultimately, if you don't choose the direction and purpose and derive some sort of positive meaning, your life may not bear the fruit that you want. And that's not tasty. That's awful. So this is heavy energy, guys. And specifically what we're letting go of today during this cycle, in this season of release, is the things that are difficult to let go. So shadow work is a constant process if you're aware of your unconsciousness. And you'll see harder emotions coming up in this cycle. Some of you guys have already seen this after the eclipse season, while we're heading up to this full moon, which is the first full moon after the eclipses. hard emotional release. And I'm talking about fear, talking about anxieties, depression, self-hatred, resentment, jealousy, guilt, shame, sadness, despair, hopelessness, confusion, rejection, abandonment, manipulation, escape. Oh, Lord have mercy. This life shit gets heavy, man. But we're not here to complain. We're here to change. And even if you got to complain, that's okay. I want to make that very clear, man. I've been learning it's okay to complain sometimes, man. Try to do everything you can in your power to make your situation better, to change for the better. Let's do a breakdown now, because I feel like that's a good full picture. The other thing I want to say about this full moon before I start breaking it down sign by sign, the moon is trine Vesta. And you'll see that with Vesta and Cancer. The moon is making a trine right up here. Nice blue line. And that means this whole cycle is about unifying the family, cleaning up the home. And I said what I said. So you may want to get specific with the details and the cleaning regimen, the organization and feng shui, but also hard conversations. I'm gonna tell you guys that I speak from the personal bias of a third house Scorpio, Virgo rising energy. So for me personally, which I'll talk about later, this full moon is about sharing your truth and about removing secrets and expressing deep, dark, hidden ideas, releasing those. So play out different for everybody, like I said. So this is why it's vitally important for you to understand what kind of timing that you are on. Know your astrology, your rising sign, so you know where the Scorpio moon fits in your houses, okay? While we all have 12 signs in the chart, all 12 signs, not everybody has each sign on the first house. So let's start with the first house, Scorpio, and then we're going to work our way to the Sagittarius rising, I believe. Because this should go backwards. No, I'm tripping. We'll get over to the Libra risings last, starting with Scorpio. Yep. So if you're a Scorpio rising, this is for you guys. I'm going to pull a couple cards, and I brought them out. Let's see what they show. Scorpio rising, full moon in the first house, just says this is a time for deep self-reflection for you guys. And there is transformation in your family life. And the crazy thing about this breakdown for y'all is that everybody's going to relate to this on some level, because this is the moon in its first house sign. So just saying, you have to give yourself permission to be flexible right now. If you're too rigid, too inflexible, too resistant to change, you may see yourself having a harder time these next couple weeks. But you may see a complete destruction of your identity during this time. And what that actually means is like feeling like, who the fuck am I? What is my life about? What the hell am I supposed to do? You may feel like you don't even recognize yourself, for better or for worse. So just choose to be positive. Keep your heart open, dude, even though it might be hard. And you may be getting resistance from family members or friends or close people in your life, or even just feels like the world is trying to resist you. Just try to keep your heart open and your mind open and protect yourself, love yourself. Because that's what the moon is saying in the first house, is protect yourself, honor yourself, find comfort in your own life. Because this says that you may be called to interact with others, with the sun going through your seventh, having a need for recognition and attention. But ultimately, if you can't find security within your own self, that's fruitless and pointless, trying to even interact that way. So it's really just giving, trust yourself, love yourself, keep trucking along, and just remember the world isn't out there to get you. Even if your family doesn't really understand what's going on with you, you have allies in spirit and you have allies in your heart. You are on your own side. So with you on your own side, nobody can stop you, as long as you love and appreciate yourself. Because one of the more hard things about this one, with the sun going through the seventh, is the genuine need people have for connection. Where Scorpio rising, what you're going to be needing is a deeper connection with others, more fulfillment within the heart space, but that actually may require you to do some more soul searching first before you really find how you want to connect with other people. And I'm not saying that means isolation, because that's not necessary, but this just says that there's some time to slow down and configure yourself. Let go of your past identity and just reflect. Think about your habits and your lifestyle and if it supports your well-being. Because ultimately you're here to impress yourself through the application of your morals and principles. You're not here to impress anybody else. So as long as you know who you are, you can revel in the fact that you give it your best and you give it yourself. And I'm seeing in the cards for you guys a real arc of standing up for yourself and not tolerating the bullshit. And you maybe have had to deal with a lot of past abuse and oppression and being victimized by those that should care about you, those closest to you. And like for you guys specifically, this 4th house Pluto really speaks to me about fucking healing your family. Pardon my French, but it's like oppression in the family, traumas with your mom and dad, or even your siblings perhaps, and having to fight to be heard, seen, and even have your voice tolerated. And even then, maybe still not getting what you're looking for. So that shit is rough, man. And this is batshit crazy, but like this 4th house moon in Scorpio, for you Scorpio moons, kind of feels like the message God has given you is mother and father yourself. Nurture and love yourself. Nurturing and nursing the wounds of abandonment and strife that comes from disconnection with your family, your brothers and sisters, and on a deeper level, even feeling ostracized and disconnected from humanity. And that shit is really rough, man. So I just want to tip my hat and share some love to the Scorpio risings, because it seems like this one's hitting y'all personally more intense and more difficult. So lead the way, torchbearers. Make sure that you smile at least sometime. Try to be optimistic even when you feel like you're broken on the inside. That means you're transforming, and that's the truth. So keep a smile on your face even if there's pain in your heart, okay? Let's go to the 2nd house, and this is going to be the Sagittarius. Oh, I'm tripping, man. It's all good. We're going to go backwards is what it looks like. Or maybe we don't want to go backwards, because I was thinking if I do Sagittarius rising, that's going to put the moon in the 12th, and that's totally cool. What do we do, Spirit? Do it that way. I already said it. So moon in the 12th, Sagittarius rising. What this one talks about is releasing your paranoia, releasing fears, trusting the universe, embracing your dreams. And for some people with Sagittarius rising, that might look like choosing a new vocation, a new career. Here's your chart, guys. So we are going to go, there's no technically forward or backward, but we're going to go from Scorpio to Sag to Cap in the order of the zodiac, but that's going to make the houses go backwards, okay? 12th house full moon just says releasing unconscious fears, man, and you all are letting go of the past on an unconscious level. So that's a very beautiful thing, and I just wish you more peace on your release. But truly, changing your lifestyle, changing your health, your habits, and your routine is what's going to have to happen here, because what's desired is a deeper embrace with God on some level, the universe, and to be able to communicate, get your message out, interact. So Pluto in the 3rd house. Pluto in the 3rd house. That just means some of you guys may need to radically shift or transform your communication skills so you can express your message and be received by the world, or even discern the messages Spirit's trying to give you. Some of you guys are legitimately going to have to move as well with the 3rd house Pluto, because maybe your environment isn't conducive to your goals, or some of you guys just got really fucking distracted. Either way it goes, this is just saying you need to focus on your dreams and think about what you really want and get comfortable embracing the energy of that which you desire. Very important for those with the full moon in the 12th house. I really feel this, guys, and I'm feeling it in my stomach now. It feels like blockages in the stomach, like just emotional blockages in general, repressed traumas, things like that with the 12th house moon, things that you may have gone through before and don't even really remember because it affected you so deeply. Ace of Cups in reverse, broken-hearted energy. Nursing your pain, man, just actually sitting with the pain and discomfort and anxiety, because that's what I first felt it was just an It doesn't even feel like pain so much as a generalized anxiety that you're going to want to sit with and be still in and just see what you can do about it and see where it comes from. Understand the nature of your mind. Mercury energy. It's going to make things 10 times easier for you when you get more aware of your own patterns and thought processes. Good things are coming for you, man. Stay optimistic, Sag rising. Just don't be afraid of success. Don't be afraid of getting what you want, which is really what this is. Just know that things can be better than you expect them to be. You can create things better than you imagine. And I hope you're willing and able to receive that, because that's what I'm seeing is the only thing you need the only thing really standing between you and your goals is genuinely time, dude. So this moon is telling you to embrace the wait. Find comfort in yourself, find comfort in the universe, and find comfort in transcendence, okay? Be a little bit more patient. Enjoy yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, Sag rising. Have a good full moon cycle. We're going to move into Capricorn rising, okay? And that's going to be the full moon in the 11th house. And simply put, Capricorn rising, you guys might be losing friends or associates or letting people go in your life and having to change out your circle for more powerful players. And more power to you in the mission, more peace to you in the mission, more love to you in the mission. This says Pluto's going through your 2nd house, and that just means your values are shifting. Your priorities are tightening up. You're considering yourself and what matters way more than anything else. You're done fucking around. You're done with the bullshit. 5th house sun energy. It's like time for you to truly express yourself. Time to have fun more. Time to have fun, period. Enjoy your life and get to be who you are. You're done shrinking yourself for people, the world, or just the opinions of others. That's what I'm seeing. Is that you've been fighting so hard for your right to exist, your ability to take up space, that you're fucking exhausted. Shrinking yourself and your potential. So I see with the 2nd house Pluto, a lot of people planting seeds, starting businesses, and really setting their roots and foundations down for long-term gains. Long-term gains, I should say. Long-term gains. Playing the long game, playing for keeps, generational wealth. But not everybody can come to the top with you, man. Trust me, it's not lonely at the top. It's really the bottom that's crowded and disillusioned, but ultimately not everybody wants to climb. So you may have to leave people off at some point. And always remember their positive qualities. You know, some people just come into your life for a season and a reason. And ultimately, beyond the people that you're going to be interacting with, Capricorn rising, the full moon in the 11th house really challenges you to be more hopeful and optimistic and wish for a better tomorrow. Don't be so pessimistic and negative and dreary and consumed with the idea that yesterday was as good as it was going to get. So you have to be uptight and frugal and diminutive and sad. That's a counterproductive way to live your life to the fullest, truly. There's no trophy for the saddest person, man. I haven't seen one. Nobody came to my pity party, but I think y'all already got the message either way. Don't be so damn hard on yourself, Capricorn rising, because that's what I'm seeing is people just beating themselves to death, bro. Sun square Pluto in your 5th house. 5th house Sun, 2nd house Pluto. You got to know that you're good enough, man. And I know it's one thing to hear it from me, but the deepest part of your soul needs to receive that message, man. That's what I'm seeing for y'all, is that like back pain, shoulder pain, but especially like back pain from carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, trying to be perfect and not really allowing yourself to be human, make mistakes, or even give yourself acknowledgement for the pain and suffering of your past. It's like what I'm seeing is somebody needing to have their worth validated because they just feel hopeless and worthless and bad about themselves. And until they get that self-image fixed, start to see themselves as beautiful or good, everything's going to be a drag, for real. So this one has a lot to do with identity, Capricorn rising, who you think you are and what you want to become. And don't talk yourself out of what you want. That's what this says, is that life might be kind of hard on you, or you may feel like the circumstances aren't really providing, but you have to be the one to put that smile on your face and paint the sun in your sky every single day, no matter if it's a cloudy, static day. You got to do your best, man. Try not to fall into everybody else's problems, be a victim of your circumstance. Just focus on you. It's hard being the most responsible one, truly, dude. So, like, you got to take time for you. It seems like you may have been trying to fight for your needs lately, but you really got to take time for you and save your money and rest more. And just know that your energy is your currency. So fuck this money illusion. Empress in reverse. Fuck the poverty illusion, dude. I don't know what your pocket looks like, dude, but it's giving you need to know you have enough. Even if your bank account and credit lines are overdrawn and you got the eviction notice, you got to know you're all right. Even if you're sleeping in your car or you're sleeping under a bridge right now, you got to know you're fucking all right. You're not stuck. Just because there's blockages doesn't mean that you're stuck. You have to keep moving forward. Just stay faithful and optimistic in life. Use your voice and speak out and ask to have your needs met, and you'll see that you're more blessed and you have more resources than you think you do. Lack is an illusion, okay? And it's one of the most painfully real illusions in this world, truly. So I need you to just be strong. Have faith in yourself, man, because this looks like hell. I'm gonna be straight up, this looks like fucking terrible. So what life is really challenging you to do, Cap Rising, is employ some creativity, some imagination, and some faith right now. To know that while life looks dreary, dismal, you can walk away from that canvas and go paint a whole nother one. Reinventing yourself like that. I think that's what's going to happen right here. Is just giving yourself the permission to start over on some level. Whatever that means to you. Give yourself permission to start over, walk away, and go back at it again, okay? You'll never be defeated because you'll never give up, Capricorn Rising. You're always in the game, so just stay there with a smile on your face, all right? Hope this helped. That's some deep shit, man, but just know that you're unstoppable. So this one's also going to be some deep shit because Aquarius Rising, that's Pluto in the first house. And Pluto in the first house just says you guys are going through a deep personal transformation arc. And that might mean you kind of feel disillusioned with yourself, or you may kind of feel like you're hating yourself for some reason, like you can't get with the program, or you're just falling behind times, lacking the strength, or things are just coming at you sideways. You just don't know what the hell is going on. Some of you guys with Aquarius Risings don't relate to what I'm saying. You feel the most empowered and most in control, and you've never felt better. And you're really just riding full speed ahead. You're like standing on the horse right now, dude. You're like doing surfboard tricks and shit. But either way that goes, it says the power is in your court, the ball is in your court. And in some way, shape, or form, you're going to be feeling empowered, for better or for worse. So I'd encourage you to be optimistic. This just says that you feel a calling within your soul to engage with the world and to accelerate the vibration of humanity. That's a beautiful thing. The ascension path is calling to you. So I just see y'all Aquarius Risings are being laser focused on the path of ascension, devoted to becoming a better version of yourself, the higher self, and that's perfect. That's actually the best conduct to model for people. And with the Sun square Pluto yet again for y'all, it's like this shit feels deeply personal. Like you really have to give it your all because this is your destiny. This is what your life is for. You're here to touch the world. 10th house moon energy. This says that you feel a calling to touch the world. You are home in this planet. No matter where you are home. Your brothers and sisters suffering need your help. That's what this is about, is that this world is disillusioned. It's broken in a lot of ways because of the lack of human connection and the errors and our weaponized incompetence, aka negligence. We don't understand how to heal ourselves because we misunderstand pain, and we inflict this suffering needlessly on others because we don't know how to communicate. So you, my friend, hearing me, are part of the change. You're here to be the best human you can be and show others how to do the same through your upright conduct. So just understand that some of y'all have been too afraid to interact with people, and that's been holding you back from the work. Is that you know that if you follow the crowd, you are going to get lost and consumed within it. So being able to double back and support the crowd terrifies the fuck out of you. It should. It should. If you've ever seen The Matrix, this is what I'm talking about, where you free yourself from the system, the agents of the system will try to stop you from advancing in your own life. Why? Because they benefit from the system. So don't take it personally. Remember that 70% of people in any given society will exist in what's called a consensus state of being, meaning these people just act like the group. They just do what everybody else does. Rightfully so. That's how societies are built. So like 20-ish%, numbers are kind of arbitrary at this point, but then there's the smaller individuated crowd and the smaller spiritual crowd. And these people are here to evolve the society, here to steer the direction of humanity and guide us towards evolution because of their free and independent thought. Truly. This is the difference between Saturn, consensus, Uranus, individuated. Pluto and Aquarius. I'm talking about y'all are free in the world by awakening your own mind. Truly. And not everybody's gonna like that. Some of your family members are gonna hate that shit, bro. That's the point. Sun square Pluto, sun in the 4th house, your dad might fucking hate it. Your mom might fucking hate it. Your brother and sisters might fucking hate it. They might be benefiting from the comfort illusion of the Matrix. Don't take it personally. Free yourself, because if you can't free yourself, you can't free anybody else. Some people say they're going to support you, but their actions will speak a lot louder than words, man. So you got to get with the program on your own life. If you're not willing to abide by the terms and conditions of the system, you build your own program that supports the world. And you demand others to get on your time if they get in your space. Period. Aquarius rising. I need you to know, when you protect your purpose will protect you. Really remember, there's nothing false about the power of belief. And when you take a conspired action, the universe will conspire with you. But you just have to take that first step. Demonstrating your faith through action will make miracles happen in your life. This is a little known fact that the wisest and the most powerful people employ is that just by making a decisive action, the universe will correspond accordingly. Okay? You just have to be willing to take the fucking dive even when you're the most afraid. That's what I see with this 1st house Pluto, is that the world may look like it's standing against you, but ultimately, if you're not against you, you can't fall short. Trust yourself, trust your mind. Be careful who you listen to, be careful who you follow. You need to be able to embrace the leader within, but the only way to lead is to know how to follow. And modeling the conduct of others that you wish to be like is actually a great way to learn from others, but you need to be very careful who you watch. If you wouldn't be willing to trade lives with somebody, don't take their advice. That's a good rule of thumb. And also, speaking of friends and associates, because I guarantee that Aquarius rising people have been, changing their circle as well. Same with Cap. If you're not, if you're not proud of your friends to be like your... Let me stop, dude. I just said this so many times, my Mercury went retrograde. Let me take a deep breath. If you wouldn't be proud of your children to be like your friends, you do need better friends. That's the simple message. So be careful who you surround yourself with. Ultimately, that's what I'm saying. Aquarius rising. Have faith, be optimistic. And for some of y'all, you need to start a business. Beyond that fear of interaction, it's like you need to get out in the game. Interact with the community. Do it for your legacy. Do it for your children. Imagine explaining to your children that you fucked off for decades because you were afraid or bored or just complacent. Imagine a future decades from now where your kids are wondering why they don't have options, and your reason for not giving them options was you were too engaged with distractions. You were too engaged with fear. And now they have to live a harder life because you were engaged with selfish fear. Make it make sense, man. Think about your long-term goals. Don't be so fucking selfish. So, understand that comes with love too. Pisces rising, man. Pisces rising. This one says that you have the full moon in the 9th house. So you sensitive souls are releasing paradigms. And this means seeing the world through new eyes, new lens. And speaking love and life into yourself. Sun in the 3rd house. Embracing the environment. Cleaning, decorating. Spending time in the parks and nature. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe new car energy. New phone. Embracing the environment. That's what I see. Also, Pisces rising, y'all might have been going through a lot of travel recently, or maybe that's something calling out to you now, but either way that goes, that's saying that, oh, I hate this for y'all, but like what I'm really feeling for the Pisces rising is like an out of place feeling, so disillusioned with where you are because your higher self is sending you messages right now, and that's just asking you to grow and expand or to lighten your load, and that's requiring you to release and let go of some of the things that you thought you knew, or some of the preconceived notions about how you would achieve your purpose. So employing some surrender is not necessarily easy, but that's what's required right now, is that y'all really find some lightheartedness and try to rise above your situation now with optimism. And that's powerful, y'all, but it's hard because the fucking 12th house Pluto says that, your biggest challenge is fighting these demons, man. And your worries and your nightmares, your fears, your misdirected aggression and angers and passion and love is really biting you in the ass right now. So, what you guys need to do is fucking journal. 3rd house sun, take action in the 3rd house. Journal, write a podcast, speak your videos out, use your voice, talk to people, go to therapy, communicate, seek counsel, seek wisdom, seek mentorship, pray. Third house sun energy. Remember the power of petition, because it's not what you do, it's how you do. Some of y'all pray for submission when you should really be praying for petition. And what I mean is you ask God to pity you, but you should be asking God to enliven you and strengthen you. And there's a big difference. You're not asking for the same thing with both of those commands. One of them is you're asking to be weak. One is you're asking for strength. So be clear about why you're here. What do you want? What's your solution for the suffering of this world? Whew, because you Pisces risings are going through a fucking lot right now, man. First house lit up. Saturn and Mars, Neptune, 8th house south node, 12th house Pluto. It just feels like some of y'all be feeling the worst right now. And you're gonna have to stop taking yourself so damn seriously, man. That's my best advice for you, is like, you are an empath, so you definitely understand the nature of the suffering in this world and the requirement to do something about it. But if you keep putting the weight of the world on your shoulders, you're gonna die, bro. I hate to say that, man, because it's a spooky way to say it. Everybody knows they're gonna die, but it's like, I'm trying to tell you, you could die from the stress of the heart attack. You could die from the wrong obligations. You could just emotionally slaughter yourself by picking up the wrong thing, truly. Or just enjoying a fulfilled life of success, but not enjoying it because you weren't present. So you're too consumed with fear. That's not a life well lived. That's dying before you expire. Let's not do that. Don't be so damn hard on yourself, man, because Saturn in the first is some of the worst shit ever. And I really want to say, for somebody hearing this message, you really do want to consult help for depression. You'll feel it in your heart if I'm the one if you're the one I'm talking to, but really consult help for your depression, because you're not alone. You shouldn't have to feel like you're alone. You shouldn't have to feel like you are the only one going through this shit, man. You shouldn't have to feel that alone. Also, let me be very clear. Not only should you not have to feel alone, you shouldn't have to feel that feeling alone. Sometimes it's like that, and we are by ourselves, and this shit happens, but I'm telling you guys, help is out there. People do care. Why would I make this video if I didn't? If you open your eyes, man, you'll see a lot of people doing things in this life because they care, for no other reason than the fact that they care, man. So I just want you to know that I see the generosity in your spirit, the benevolence, and the gratitude you have for life. So I'd strongly recommend whoever's listening with their heart right now to work on receiving the love that you give to the world. Just take in a fraction of it, bro. If you even took in 10%, you'd move mountains with that shit. I'm talking about the love you give others. Work on receiving, man, because if you give without receiving, you'll run a deficit. That's unsustainable. Taking things so damn serious, which is a beautiful thing to overthink as opposed to underthink, but I just see people racking their brain for no fucking reason, because it seems like motherfuckers don't want to help or do their part. So ultimately, make sure you're asking for help, okay? Make sure you're asking for collaboration and cooperation. And not everybody sees your vision, Pisces rising, so you're gonna have to get better at explaining your dreams to people and your philosophies and your concepts. And understand that even when you do that, not everybody's gonna be willing to share your perspective. So don't take that personally, okay? Because that shit hurts the worst, bro, for me at least. But I feel you guys, and I'm sending you love. And just understand that what's meant for you can't miss you, and good things are coming for you. 9th house, full moon. Spirit will bless you when you let go of some control. When you really embark on the changes your higher self wants you to make, you'll put yourself in a position to receive bigger blessings and wins. So this breakdown is going to be for the Aries rising, and this is the full moon in the 8th house, and this is some deep, hard shit, which just says, you know, breaking bonds from the past and letting go of investments or securities. And you know, this could be a great time of financial gain or loss, or neither, truly. But beyond the money part of this lunation, this really talks about the investments we make with people, the bonds, like I said, and the trust and the commitments that we connect with others. And this could even be self-referential, like having to recommit to yourself on a deeper level, really choose evolution and growth, breaking your molds, so to speak. And then the sun in the 2nd house would speak to be like better, brighter, more fulfilled, more alive, choosing the growth and the joy, whatever that means to you specifically. But it's a release of fears. It's a release of our unconscious methods of seeking security. And that's crazy because a lot of times our conscious method of seeking security can be in conflict with our unconscious methods of seeking security. Meaning your patterns, your conditioning, your programming may not be conducive to your goals. And that's what the Aries rising is going through right now. Meta-programming, unlearning and relearning. Decompression on a mental and spiritual level. Alchemical cleanse. Advancing individuals, healing their psyches, and sharing love with the world. I see it and it makes me happy. It makes me happy. It really does. I know I'm so serious when I give these videos, bro, but this shit makes me really happy. But also, like I said, breaking those bonds might not be the easiest, because what I'm also feeling in my heart is just tension and tightness for a lot of these Aries risings, where people may be legitimately obsessed, or they have people with possession or jealousy issues that they're trying to release. And it takes two to tango, as what I'm saying is received could as easily be sent by these people in these breakdowns. But just understand that a lot of you guys may have evil people around you or evil energy surrounding you that you have to stand up and fight. And I never encourage someone to fear evil. We just get rid of it. We don't fear evil. Evil thrives on fear, because fear is the key to oppression. We don't fear evil. We get fucking rid of it. We crush evil with our boundaries. So that's what I'm seeing with this one, is that, you know, you may want to do some blocking, some cutting. God forbid you have to get the authorities involved, but if it's that serious, you shouldn't even need me to tell you that. But boundaries, communication, black magic if you fucking got to. If someone's really trying to oppress you through fear and manipulation, power play, that's what justice magic and retribution magic is for, man. Mr. Myers sitting here with the candle trying to tell you, man, you are a witch. You don't even need me to turn on a video and tell you how to do this, brother. There's a million videos on YouTube, and you probably already know how to crush your enemies with a candle in a simple prayer. We don't turn the blind eye to injustice, man. We absolutely do not. Why the fuck would we? Eighth house full moon, man. Getting comfortable with the darkness. To embrace life, you have to embrace death. To embrace light, you must embrace dark. You will go nowhere not embracing polarity. If you want to live a balanced life, you have to see both sides of the coin, okay? And I hope that uplifts you. I hope that's a positive thing that brings you peace, because it's a very beautiful thing that's brought me a lot of certainty and clarity. Is that just like the sun in the daytime, we have to have night with the moon. And really, for the Aries rising, a big thing about your life right now beyond people is like you personally being comfortable succeeding. You being willing to accept the blessings that you genuinely want. Not letting the fear of success or the imposter syndrome make you reject what you're working towards or neglect to take the action at all. That's what this is about for you guys, and I'm proud of you. I'm happy to see it. Your demands of yourself are increasing, and they should. It's about locking in, tightening up, making sure that you make your life make sense, man. I'm seeing Pluto in the 11th house for y'all. And it just says that, you know, you got to inspire, you know, you got to lift the world up, man. And if you're not modeling conduct that's exemplary, you're wasting time and you're distracting others. And that's fucked up. So let's not do that. It's really that serious, man. And you see mixed messages in these readings because they're for different people, 12 different people. But it's like, these people got heavy dreams that feel like they're crushing them sometimes. Let that message be, let that feeling be a message that the world actually does need your help. Let that message reinforce your self-love and strength and self-preservation. Let yourself become a more ruthless and powerful person so you can be a better leader. That's what I'm receiving for you guys, okay? I love you, Aries rising. I hope that this empowered you, because I see a lot of loving and wise souls just needing power. So let's talk about the Taurus rising. And just understand, Taurus rising is going to put this full moon in your 7th house of relationships. And this just means you're probably going to be releasing people in this cycle. And even if you're not releasing people, it's releasing paradigm just the same. Your relationship with the world is a paradigm, if you really think about it. Releasing masks is another thing with the 7th house full moon. Just like the Scorpio rising, having a personal time of self-reflection, you may be doing the same and really questioning how you show up for others and considering your role in other people's lives and how you treat others and what you're willing to tolerate as well. It's the glow up for you guys with this sun going through your first, Taurus. It's really about you living your life to the fullest and appreciating the gift that is you. And knowing that it takes two to tango. You live in a world with people. You are a social creature, so you must learn how to cooperate with others. And some of y'all struggle with this more than anything in the world, and this is the message I'm receiving from Spirit for you. I'm kind of disconnected from the Taurus energy for personal reasons, so I won't go into them, but Spirit's helping me with this one, and I'm hearing it in my ears ringing, and they're saying, some of y'all really need to understand your biggest issue is you're afraid of people. And that's why you struggle to be loved and receive care from people, because you're too closed up emotionally, and those limitations are what's blocking you. That's a hard message to receive. It's a hard message to give too, and I bet it's not easy to live, but that's just saying that until you deal with this fear, these emotional blockages, or that quote unquote justified resentment, it's not justified, by the way, even though you have every right to feel that way. Until you deal with that pain in your heart, man, you're always going to be sensing contention or judgment or angst from others. But it's not them, it's you. And that's rough, man. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry, because that's fucking rough. That just says you got to recognize that you're never separate from the love that you seek. You got to know that you provide all that you require, even when you feel like you lack a connection on some level. That's a strange message to give, but I'm telling you, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm receiving for y'all. Is that you just got to know that you are love, you are balance, you are power, and others do not hold authority over you, because authority comes from within. The more you love and trust yourself, the more you'll be able to love and trust other people, but not the other way around. Because this is genuinely feeling like an assumption that if you were to trust and love others more and be more willing and open to them, that everything would be right inside of you, and that's not true. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. But that's what I need to be integrated today by these people, is that like, the things that you think you lack actually come from the internal world, even though you live in a world that's material and dualistic with polarity. Like, yes, you need others. People brought you in this world, and you're a social creature who even needs the endorphins of a hug every fucking now and then, literally needs it. You get what I'm saying? And things beyond that too, bruh. Why is solitary confinement the worst punishment? Because we're social creatures, you know? So you need people in this world, but you got to recognize that the things that you seek in others is actually something that you provide within yourself. And that's an optical illusion, but I'm challenging you because I care. Please try to see it that way, okay? And that's going to be the route to really embracing your true desires in this world and actually getting your true needs satiated by others. Getting the things provided for you that you can't actually provide within yourself, objectively speaking. What is that song? There's a song by Lil Nas X. I think it's called I Want Somebody or something like that. He says, I need somebody who needs me. I want somebody who wants me. Need somebody who needs me. That's the vibe. I don't know if I butchered the title, but y'all know that song by Lil Nas. If my heart was a little freer today, I would sing it for you, dude. But I'm just really going through the storm myself, man. I'll tell you later when we get to Virgo rising. But 10th house Pluto for you guys, man. Taurus rising. Some of y'all think the world hates you, and I'm sorry. That's the most awful way to feel. Is that the world and everybody in it and just the universe itself is out to get you. Some of y'all feel like existence hates you. Whew, and that's difficult, bro. That's an understatement. That shit is not bearable to live in, man. Those paradigms are so impressive that damn near any interaction you have with the world will throw you back into yourself so violently. So I just encourage you guys to remember that you can send love in response to hate, and you can choose how you want to vibrate. And some things in the world are hateful. Some people in the world will not choose love, but that doesn't mean you can't choose it. That doesn't mean you can't be full of love. And that doesn't mean you don't have authority. Authority comes from within you, and your world is yours. So you have to take the action to ensure your success and security. And try to do things with an open heart so you can get more magnetic leverage from love as opposed to fear, okay? Nobody's out to get you, dude. Even if you happen to have enemies for some convoluted reason, I want the Taurus rising, and anybody listening who needs to hear this, man, you don't really have enemies, just misunderstandings. No contention with people, and no contention with the world, man. Things take care of themselves, and your innate being is enough, and you do create solutions. That's the thing. A lot going on with Taurus right now, so I think that a lot of these people may be experiencing fast changes or a baseline instability with Uranus and Jupiter in their sign. So it's just about time you guys really embrace the security and the peace within, because Pluto in the 10th is hell as well, because a lot of y'all are dealing with generational crap, and that just means that some of y'all are being blamed for the shit that your fucking family or others won't do. Like, I'm telling you, you're doing your part, picking up slack for others, and they're blaming you for them not doing their part, adding insult to your injuries that they cause, being bullied, abused, and criticized, tormented, and humiliated. Living hell on earth, dude. Let me be very clear what that is. Being in a mental, emotional, for some people, physical fucking jail cell while they're not even incarcerated, lacking the freedom to express their soul's being. That's hell. That's torture. So if you're receiving this message and needed to receive it, I'm so sorry. My heart goes the fuck out to you, man. Nobody should have to live in that cruelty. There's no fucking reason, man. Anything that can be communicated through punishment and torture can be communicated through fucking words, man. Nobody needs to be oppressed and violated like that. So I just see a lot of people being cruel to the Taurus risings, man, and I hate to see it, bro. And it's just like, if y'all don't recognize that pain and how this can be manifested by one's own soul, you'll probably try to be cruel to others and repeat this pain on the people who never hurt you. So try not to do that, please, especially your fucking kids. Because that's what I'm seeing is, like, some of y'all who have kids already been doing this shit, and it's like some of your kids may be trying to confront you with their problems and you're blaming them for trying to do the work. You hear what I'm saying? It goes both ways, where like you might be traumatizing your kids and they're lashing out or trying to be heard, and you're violating their freedom and their souls. Vampiring off the energy of your kids, bullying and punishing them because you chose to create them. You're a fucking demon. And curse your wicked soul. May it burn. You're welcome. You'll be cleansed in the fire of Vesta Cancer. Fuck you. Let's talk about the Gemini risings. So, man. You can never take back what you say, so make sure you mean exactly what you say before you open your mouth. Gemini risings, open-minded, kind-hearted people. Moon in the 6th house, full moon in the 6th house, my guys. And this shit is beautiful because that means you're going to be seeing increases to your physical health and spiritual health. But the way that you operate within the world, your day-to-day, your schedule, routine, this is going under revision. And on an extreme level, Gemini risings, you know, health issues may be need to be confronted, right? That was a lot of need. Confronting health issues. Just delete the word from the sentence. Confronting health issues is what I'm seeing, whether that's physical or emotional or mental. Just getting your vibrancy right, getting your vibe right, making sure you feel okay every day. And for some of you guys, this is about releasing soul-crushing work, doing the things that really drains you and doesn't sustain you. That has to stop. You can't keep doing that forever. And 12th house sun energy, calling you to chase your dreams. If you're going to bet on anybody, bet on yourself, man. And this is just saying that also, you may not be able to afford to make the change that you want to make within the condensed and shrunk circumstances. Meaning, give yourself permission to grow so you can really give a better impact. 9th house Pluto, this is calling you to travel, calling you to get out of your environment and really be a teacher. Get out of your comfort zone. Remember that people look up to you even if you don't think that you're in a position of influence. You are certainly a leader. Everybody's influenced by everybody. So if you neglect the leader potential within you, you're going to fall short of your responsibilities right now, and that's not okay. Negligence is weaponized incompetence. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, stay the fuck awake at the wheel when you're driving the fucking car. Because some of y'all are pissed at the world, and I just like, it's the self-criticism that you be struggling with, Gemini rising, where you have such high demands and expectations of yourself that you kind of feel like the world has the same demands of you, which may not necessarily be true. And if you're not being recognized for the work that you're doing in your own life and you're waiting for others to recognize you for it or something, you're going to feel like the world owes you something, or you're going to feel like everybody's trying to stop you when you owe the world something. And I really don't ever want to invalidate somebody's emotions when I'm giving my videos and speaking my truth, guys, because I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to be bullied. I know what it's like to be victimized. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, even if people are coming at you, you do not have enemies. You just got to remember, on one level, you are the universe. Why would the universe attack itself? It doesn't. It doesn't. So even if a person has you on the ground, curb stomping your face, that's not your fucking enemy. You may want to flip their fucking legs and curb stomp them. Self-preservation. Don't let somebody violate you. But when you curb stomp their fucking face, just know that's not your enemy. And only do that in self-defense. I can't condone violence, but I'm trying to tell y'all, man, we don't condone violence. Meaning if somebody's violating you, fight back. Self-defense is okay. I would encourage nobody to resist self-defense. Anybody who encourages people not to defend themselves is a weak, scared fucking demon, and they should go to hell. And this Scorpio moon energy is real. This video will serve as a blessing for the world and the righteous and a curse for the wicked. Fuck this optical illusion that people choose to see or choose to neglect. I'm so happy to hold all this anger for the world. I'm so grateful to feel the way I feel, guys. Even if I felt like, you can probably sense the attitude from me today, man, just because the moon is fucking mooning. But even if I felt 10 times more agitated than today, I'd still be grateful for feeling. But this is intense, man. And I just want to say, guys, while we're releasing for the next 2 weeks, be careful. What I mean is not be worried, but be aware of yourself and care for your damn self, man. And be kind, be gentle to yourself, man. When we're releasing the problems of our past and the problems of our confused collective. Be careful with your gentle. Be gentle and careful with your fragile heart, bro. That's what I'm saying. Is Gemini rising, I feel like a lot of y'all been through too fucking much. Sun is lighting up your 12th. You're really looking at all the sacrifices you've made and all the help and the devotion you've had to life. All the times you stayed kind-hearted and generous and peaceful when others really pushed your fucking buttons. You're fucking tired of being nice, but you choose to be nice because you really just want to help the world and you really find pain in being a dickhead. But some of y'all feel like it's about time for you to get in your villain arc because you can only take so fucking much disrespect. So I see boundaries changing for a lot of y'all. 9th house Pluto, it's like upgrading your moral conduct, realizing some people have no morals. Some people have no ethics. Some people are lawless fucking criminals. And you have to stop tolerating their bullshit. Give the gift of accountability to people who are insolent children. I'm talking adults who choose to be babies, play the victim and bully at the same time. The dead will bury the dead, and the liars and corrupt people who fucking hold hatred in their heart but choose not to express it, they fall on their own swords, man. So choose peace. Be a soldier of peace, man. In order to do that, you have to choose love. And for you to do that, you got to choose truth. So people who neglect to express what's going on in the reality of their emotions will not be able to be part of the solution. And that's the truth, man. Is some of you guys who are listening to me right now, and I hate to say you because it's really all of us, but some of us are really struggling with our emotions right now and being able to feel the hard feelings. I feel so much pain in my stomach as I'm talking about this. And it's not even just the pain. It's your resistance to the pain that's fucking you up. It's the fact that you feel depressed or you hate yourself or you feel broken or despair, but you don't want to feel that feeling. That's making it 10 times worse, is the fact that you don't want to feel it. So stop fucking resisting it, dude. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but it's the fact that you feel like you have to feel okay all the time that's making you feel more not okay. Embrace the feeling of being dead on the inside every now and then, and just know that you can still win and succeed under those conditions. You don't have to feel it all the time to do things. Just do things, just show up, and just realize the more that you operate as a thermostat and not a thermometer, the more empowered and less miserable you're gonna feel, I promise you. Just remember, you're never powerless and you always have solutions. But when you get too stuck in paradigms or schedules and routines and you forget that you can grow, you start becoming a slave to your plans, man, and that's no way to live. Self-imposed restrictions is fucked up because you'll be always looking outside of you for what you need or want, but you never turn inside to figure out what it actually really is. fucked up. Oh, this is a heavy video, dude. I hope that helps, man. Lock in. Get your mind right. Make it make sense. Because ultimately, you got dreams, you got big things calling out to you that are going to be better for the world when you embark on them. But if you can't give the love to them, man, you're going to have that magnetic resistance to your dreams. Walk in love, not fear. So Cancer rising, I want to talk to you guys now and just tell you that my moon children, they got the 5th house full moon, and that just means the sun is in the 11th house and you've got Pluto in the 8th house. Is that right? In the 8th house. Holy fucking shit. So this one's personal for you guys, and this is some deep release like everybody else. But what does that mean? Evolving your character and releasing a lot of insecurities. Like for y'all, I would say it's not just fear, even though it's a big part of this one for y'all. It's the identities that you had to hold on to in the past. And you may be spending more time socializing at this point, connecting with friends and family, and really feeling the sense of communion with the world. I see a lot of people being on the internet with the Cancer rising, posting their content, social media, a lot of advancing individuals, but ultimately it's about releasing the self-doubt and the fear, the self-deprecation, even the negative assumptions about self. And for some people, you'll see that it means choosing joy, choosing life, and choosing vibrancy. The 5th house, the afflicted 5th house, especially when I feel the Scorpio energy here, or like Pluto energy in the 5th, or, you know, hard aspects to the 5th house or the sun, this feels like the tendency to be addicted. And this is just something to consider, is that addiction comes from suffering. So it's about addressing the root of your suffering and nursing the wounds of addiction enough to be able to heal and stay sober and vigilant. Learning to heal rather than escape as much as you can. And that takes a lot of grace for those that are actually suffering to the point of needing an escape. So creative projects, creative endeavors, and I'm seeing that there's a real need to express you guys selves through dance, through art, through play, through music. Some of you guys feel like bringing in children to the world, and either that's literal, physical, or symbolic. I just saw my favorite Cancer rising pop up on my phone. I love you, Sophie. I hope she watches my videos. I know she's gonna see it. Yeah, she's my favorite. So take pride in clearing up your life, guys. Cleaning up your family, your personal life. 8th house Pluto says that, you know, life may be bringing you down deeper. Down isn't a bad thing. Up isn't a good thing. Neither. It just says that where you're going, you're seeing some more density. You're seeing deeper into the world. You're seeing into the hidden. Secrets are being revealed for y'all. And if you're not willing to grow, if you're not taking pride in the growth, I should say, because those are two different things entirely. Beyond being willing, if you're not taking pride in the growth, you may be seeing this new revelation like confusion, and that's not fun. That doesn't help. So just understand, if things are changing, if you feel your world crumbling on some level, man, that's because it's being reborn. And it'll be all right. There'll be calm after the storm, basically. So you guys got this, man. It'll be all right. Let's go to Leo energy. 5th house full moon, I should say Cancer rising before I move on. Cancer rising, 5th house full moon really is about forgiving yourself. Like I was talking about, the self-deprecation or the fear or the judgment energy, like really not being so damn hard on yourself, being able to comfort yourself and find your own pride in yourself, your own joy in yourself, comfort in yourself. Knowing that you got it. Your own validation, your own recognition, your own attention is all that you need, truly. I promise you, it's all that you need. I'm challenging you to see that. Embrace yourself. Definitely receive as much love as you can. Be hugged, be loved, etc. But embrace yourself, literally. No BS. Let's talk about Leo rising, and just understand that the Leo rising has this full moon in the 4th house of their charts, man. So this is deep release from the heart and the home, meaning at best, you guys are going to see your connection with family getting really good and really close and having a really happy, peaceful home life. And that's one of the pleasures and joys of life that money can't buy, is peace of mind and a happy, unified home. All of your family moving militant, having a collective identity and understanding their roles and playing to their strengths and supporting each other as one unit. That's what I'm seeing for the Leo rising, is that if you strong kings and queens are doing your part, you're going to be reaping the benefits and fruits of your labor, being a leader in your family. And if you're feeling complete disarray and chaos with people, that's saying that it's about time for you to step the fuck up and lead. For real, Leo rising. It's time for you to step the fuck up and lead, and remember that people are going to do whatever the fuck they're going to do. You have to be able to control your life so that you can't be interrupted. People can't stop you or keep you stagnant. You have to be the leader of your organization, meaning that through standard operating procedures, you can manage your life so people can't mismanage your time. Right? Facts. So letting go of the bullshit, man. Some of y'all are going to have to release friends, close family, associates, childhood friends, man. Who are your associates? Whoever you associate with in your personal life are the members of your organization. So if you don't align on values and vision and interests, get the fuck away from them, man, because 9 out of 10 times you probably don't want your kids to turn out that way. And if they did, you'd be heartbroken. That'd be your fucking fault because you choose to be influenced by fucking idiots. I hate this willful ignorance, bro. People know better. I'm not trying to hate you, just so you know. If somebody felt like I said that personally, it's not personal, bro. It's just like, I'm tired. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just like, 9 times out of 10 people know what they need to do. Maybe you just needed the confirmation from me. So I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings personally. It's not personal. But if you needed to hear that shit, you're welcome. Motherfuckers be afraid of what they want, man. 8th house Saturn energy. People be afraid to love. 7th house Pluto energy. And I don't know what side of the coin you're on, the giving or the receiving side of that energy, but either way it goes, this just says that you have to model superior conduct and let the principles and guidelines you understand become the rules of engagement to eliminate the wrong options at the right time and steer you towards ascension so that you can model conduct for others. Exemplary will and unconditional love is the baseline requirement for ascension. All right? Don't forget it. Set new goals, man. If you don't have goals that inspire you, your goals are fucked up, Leo rising. If you don't have goals that make you want to hit the ground running in the morning, you don't understand vision. I'm letting you know. Virgo rising, this is about me. This is about to get personal, guys. I'm pissed off right now. I don't want to identify with my emotions, so I'm going to say I am feeling the feeling of being pissed off right now. Why? Because I'm releasing communication blockages. 3rd house full moon. Virgo rising has the full moon in the 3rd house, and that just means that it's about letting out your truth, sharing what's going on with you. Communication being key. Some of the Virgo risings are needing to move and get out of their environment and go to a new neighborhood or a new place or just get a new apartment or something, bruh. Because like needing your own space or needing a change in the environment. 9th house sun, kind of like the Pisces rising. Maybe a need to travel, a call to get out, to explore, to teach, to learn. That mutable cross with the sauce. What is this going on? We got the 6th house Pluto. And that just feels like kind of issues with the health. Issues with anxiety or tension. Stress issues even. Trying to calm down. Mental health being a really big thing for the Virgo risings right now. The moon square Pluto in the 3rd and 6th house. Mental health being everything. So like Virgo rising, your conversation with yourself is paramount, that you pay attention to it and make sure that it's a positive one, that you narrate your life in a way that's empowering. Because you may not be getting help from your environment, or maybe you lack the ability to ask for help, and that's one of the challenges that you're working on, is learning how to articulate yourself better. But you may be kind of getting through blockages when it comes to the people in your life, or your brothers and sisters or your associates. I hope this shit's working great for you, man, because ultimately what the result would just be a clear, peaceful mind and unity within your community. And that's beautiful. It makes you think that's probably why they picked the word community, because it has something to do with unity, right? Crazy. It's like, that's that shit that feels like an epiphany, but like we always know this intuitively when we say the word. That's how language works. So, Virgo risings, I think, we should start a petition to give every Virgo rising a back massage, like once a month, dude. Maybe all 12 signs, but we could test it with Virgo rising and see how the world improves, man. Try to keep your stress levels down, y'all. And build strength. This is my best message for the 6th house Pluto, guys, is to really take time, effort, and initiative to build strength in your physical body. As above, so below. So when you build a more powerful body, you'll have a more powerful mind and soul. And some people simply lack the strength to carry themselves up in this world. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and financially. And that can't be us, man. Not leaders who want to model conduct for others to benefit from. We can't set the message to others that they can be weak and inferior and lack the resources to support themselves. That's not okay. Okay? So Virgo risings, I've been saying this for a couple people today with the 6th house thing, but some of y'all need to quit your fucking job. Like, if you keep getting diminishing returns, you're working so much harder on your job than yourself. That's going to be your first indication you need to quit. Fire yourself, man. You always need to be working harder on your personal advancement than you do in your personal life, aka your job and all the shit that you include inside of your experience, okay? So damn, we got there pretty quick, guys. So this is going to be Libra energy, Libra rising, and that puts the full moon in your 2nd house, and that's a good thing. The moon loves to be in the 2nd house. Really, it's not a good thing. It could be a bad thing, I would say it's neither, personally, because I try to get the subjective biases out of here as much as possible. It's not truly possible, but not yet. Can we see a world like that? We may be seeing one soon, but either way. The moon in the 2nd house for the Libra rising says that life is about to get really good for you guys, truly. Because you're releasing everything that stands between you and your true needs. How cool is that? That's actually what's happening for the Libra risings. You beautiful, kind-hearted people. You peacekeepers that just want things to be nice, man. They're about to get even nicer for you, okay? The sun in the 8th house is telling you guys to embrace your desires, to step into the shadows, to look at your power and embrace it. Some people fear their power. They're scared to embrace it for some reason, so they project their power onto other people, and then they're afraid of the fucking world. And these people live their life paranoid as hell, neurotic as fuck, maniacs. And it's not their fault. But it's not the world's responsibility, is it, huh? So, just be strong. That's my message to the Libra risings, is that you gotta do something with your life. Something with your life, man. Create something. What the fuck are you doing waiting for the world to make you feel special when you could create something that would make you feel special? I'm talking about Pluto in the 5th house, is that until you will something into existence that reflects and models your personality, your self-actualization, you will not feel seen in the way that you need to be seen. And children will not be a solution to this pain. Let me be very fucking clear. While you can take pride and joy in creating a child, a mini me, and loving it and nurturing it to the best of your ability, a child cannot supplement your need for attention from yourself. Truly. And this Scorpio moon is very intense. Scorpio moon every time talks about releasing generational trauma, because it's the hidden, suppressed, distorted crap that we don't want to talk about, that gets pushed under and under and under until someone trips over the rug, or until you open the closet and everything falls out on top of you, or the volcano fucking explodes. So this might have seemed like a little bit of a darker breakdown, but I live my life on Pluto, guys. So I'm gonna keep it G-real with you guys. Some of y'all are fucking up, and I hate to point the fingers, man, but I'm just hating more and more, pointing every finger at myself and not liking to live my life. Getting more and more comfortable pointing accountability at others. I can see where my Pluto is in natal and transit, and how I fuck up, how I make bad decisions and need to rectify them and atone for my guilt, my transgressions. That's the work. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, forgiving the world, embracing the world. Modeling natural law, having some rules to abide by so we can actually grow. Standards are required. The bottom line message is this, man. You either get to be a winner or a loser, and you can't justify losing and saying, well, winning is subjective. The real definition of winning is keeping your word to yourself. So my question is this: do you keep your word to yourself, or do you fall off your word? Is your message to yourself that your word matters, or it doesn't matter? Because if your message to yourself is that your word doesn't matter, how the hell are you going to respect yourself? And how are you going to be respected by the world if you don't respect yourself? Some people, don't take it personally, I'm not talking to anybody, but some people simply lack the integrity to achieve the things that they desire, and that's the facts. And until they address their lack of responsibility or their fear of success or their fear of love or their inability to receive, they will go nowhere. And until they really find accountability, they'll probably just project these responsibilities on the other and become bitter, resentful, old, crotchety people who hate their fucking lives and try to punish others for existing. So I pray to God that these people are impotent and unable to bring more children into the world, because they don't deserve children. They don't deserve to have the joy of life around them so they can just steal from it. I fucking hate these people, but I love you, whoever's listening to me, and I hope you have a good day, man. I'm going to talk for like 6 more seconds so I can wrap this up at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. Blessed be.